Hello, welcome to the Okanagan Garden Report. Ken Sawville here today, and we're having a look at some grasses and some perennials. We're in the first week of March now, so things are starting to happen. And when it comes to ornamental grasses, lots of people, they wonder when to cut them. What we do a lot of times, if you want a real neat, tidy look, we do the grasses in the fall, so we cut them right to the ground. And then they can just shoot up at their leisure in the springtime. But some people like to leave them over the winter time so they can enjoy them. They make a nice sound when the wind blows. The birds love to get in there and nest sometimes. So grasses are kind of nice, you can leave them. But by this time, now we hit the first week of March, they're starting to flop over and they're starting to lose their attractiveness. We can see some of these grasses are kind of falling over a little bit. But it's time for us now to get in and clean these things up. So one of the things we always say is don't leave it too long. Don't wait and wait and wait to get it done. We're the first week of March. Now's the time. Get these things done right away. And you do need to cut them really low, as slow as you can. And if you want to just, we'll just zoom in on this particular plant right here. And what we'll do with this is we'll just show you how these grasses are already starting to shoot up a little bit from down below. And in here we can actually see there's some of this green new fresh grass shooting up. Now this is a Carl Forester, or no, actually it's not Carl Forester, this one. This is overdam, so it's Calamagrostis overdam, and it's a variegated form of Carl Forester. With this particular grass, you know, if I would have cut it right down, like literally right at the ground level, you know, it'd be shooting up already. We'd see some new fresh grass there, but because it's this one hasn't been cut. Now when we cut this off, we're going to cut off the tips of all these little grasses. So when it starts to shoot up and push up, we'll see those grasses have been trimmed off. So sometimes what we have to do if we leave it too late is we have to cut them a little higher, like more into the 6-inch sort of range, or maybe even 8 or 10 inches high, which is all right. You know, the grass will still come up fine. But that's just sort of a general rule of thumb, is get them cut early. I always say last week of February, first week of March, that's when to do it. So now's the time to do that. And yeah, other perennials and things too. We can just have a quick walk along here. We'll see a few things that might need pruning. Roses, you know, in the springtime, we usually wait till we start to see some little buds shooting on these roses. As soon as we see the buds starting to swell, we see little red buds here a little bit. They're not quite ready, but they could be done anytime. And depending on the type of rose, they're trimmed down to about that 10 to 12 inches high. But always learn your roses so you know which one you have, so you know how to prune it. Other grasses here, they can be cut back just about any time. And I notice there's some perennials here. This is the Alchemillamalis, and it just needs to be cut right off. So again, that can be done in the fall or it can be done in the spring now. But it is time to do that. So perennials, grasses. We're noticing it's so warm this March that some of the trees are actually starting to bud a little bit, and I'm a little concerned about that because when the leaves come out and they actually start to, there's these little scales, they're called bud scales, and they're protecting the leaves so that they're protected from desiccation and frost. And once they start to push, those scales fall off, and of course then the little leaves are exposed to the cold weather. So we're a little nervous. Here we are, first week of March. It's been abnormally warm. So let's just hope that March doesn't go out like a lion and give us a big punch of frost, because we might run into an issue with that. So that's it for today. We really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll look forward to talking to you again soon.